specialist. A very good morning to you. It's Women Voices on your favorite dial, Rhythm 94.7 FM Abuja, and we have a house filled with women today because we'll be talking about the ills of the society and the root cause of these ills. If you find out or if you notice that a lot of behaviors or a lot of characters that people exhibit is as a result of improper or proper upbringing. So that is what we'll be talking about today on the show. So we're narrowing it down to mothers, of course, because it's women voices. We could, put it as parents because, of course, mothers and fathers, we even have single fathers who raise kids, but we'll be narrowing it down to mothers, mother and child communication, how effective or the ineffectiveness can lead to proper or improper upbringing. So I am Atinuke Nukay, and of course I have
Zahra Abdul Kabir
and Princess Daniel.
So we will not just be talking about it from our own point of view. We are bringing, that's actually why we have a development communication specialist, Debbie Eme. How are you doing?
Thank you very much, Atinuke. I'm good.
Okay, so we've been having a lot of conversations ever since we brought up this topic, and then we just decided let's bring the conversation onto the show. Zara will be reading out the numbers in case you want to, join the topic. But please, let's just talk about it a little before you start calling. Or you can drop your messages, of course. So you may want to read out
part of the show. You can share your ideas via phone calls or text messages, or of course WhatsApp messages on 081-780-947. Again, 081-780-947.
All right. Okay. Straight on to it. I know a whole lot of us belong to one social media app or the other, and somebody pushed me and said that download this TikTok app now.
I remember when you caved in, when you fell under that pressure. Oh,
I said no, TikTok is so unserious that I want serious apps like LinkedIn, Facebook. I said, hey, you would want to download TikTok app so that you will know what is happening in you will know what is happening in there. I say, yeah. And ever since I downloaded that app, my dear sisters, I've been seeing wonders.
Wonders.
I remember when she actually downloaded it. She had to put it up on her status. I finally.
Now, what am I trying to say? It opened my eyes to a whole lot of things that I would have to share and send to another person. That am I the one seeing this as abnormal? We're seeing a lot of. I'm not even talking about girls now. Both male and female teenagers twerking and doing a lot of things. There's this man's is it Lege or one other guy like that would just put up something on live
Lege Miami
and there's one other guy like that is prominent. There's a Google and there's one other. They'll just put up something and ask girls, okay, we want to match make you. If you know, can you twerk for 10,000? Can you go nude for yes?
You do it.
I skip those.
Some do it for
videos.
free.
Yeah.
Some will do it for free
Because I find them very unintelligent.
Yes.
Yes.
And I have even spoken with people who you think they are knowledgeable. And you say, no, my mom taught me this. My mom taught me to endure that. My mom taught me. So we're now thinking that the root cause of this thing may not be peer pressure. Even if it is peer pressure, it is as a result of some communication gap between the mother and the child.
True, very true.
So please would want you to first of all talk about the importance of communication, that communication, before I hand over to Zara, because I know Zara is popping with question, Princess Daniel, the popping with question. So let us first know the importance of communication.
So it's important that we understand what communication is to start with. What is even communication? Communication is a two-way thing. It's impacting, like exchange of information from one party to the other. And until there is feedback, you cannot say that you've had effective communication. This is me paraphrasing what communication is. So it is important for you as a parent, a mother, to have effective communication with your child, which is something that is very much lacking in our homes right now, and has led the gap that communication has created has led to so many vices you're seeing these days. some of these children doing all these things, some of these people doing these things online are seeking attention they didn't get from home.
Mm-hmm.
You would realize that some of them were neglected, emotionally abused, and if doing all this chasing clouds online would give them the attention they didn't get from home, I mean, why not? So would you blame them? So you can imagine the effect of what that communication gap had caused. And why we are singling mothers is because from conception the child is in the mother's womb, to the point of birthing, and then the nursing. The child spends quite a number of time with the mother, in fact the most time with the mother. So every communication that is not properly communicated, if I say so, would lead to disaster, and that is the disaster you are seeing online these days. Not just online. I mean, you meet people like that in real life. You interface with
Yeah, in real life, because online to me doesn't seem like real life.
Yeah, you meet them in real life. You interface with them as spouses, as business partners. You will just see the gap that communication had caused, and that is it.
Okay, speaking of effective communication between parent and ward generally now, so are there pointers you can give, like steps this parent could go through? You're distracting me. Something is wrong with Atinuke this morning. Since
you look
morning,
so fine.
she has been.
You guys.
So, are there pointers to how a mother should improve the effectiveness of communication with the child or the ward?
Yes, there are pointers. Like I said earlier, I said communication is a two-way thing. The first party exchanges information with the other receives it, processes it, and gives it as feedback. It is important that you know that listening is also part of communication. That's paying attention is also part of communication. And that is what I feel like most parents, most mothers lack. You would see that some people will tell you that they don't have any relationship with their mothers. And it didn't just happen overnight. It didn't just happen that they don't have any relationship with their mother. Sometimes they come to meet their mother to talk about something and you hear, "Shut up, would you get out?" And the child goes with suppressed emotion.
Violent experience.
Exactly. So forgetting that I know in some region in the country where a child is not expected to have an opinion. And I'm saying this because, like, what I mean by expected to have an opinion is whatever your parents say or your mother say is final. So you're not supposed to have, a response. You're not supposed to have a sense. You're not supposed to think that what about bringing up a suggestion or something. So you can imagine that kind of thing. When you do that, when you suppress an emotion, they will act it out. These children will act it out. So do not effectively communicating by at least paying attention to them, listening to them. They will act it out in some other way. And that is when it becomes a disaster, because you cannot control how it comes out. The acting out can be in any way. It can even lead to, some really serious sexual issues. You see some people that the only way they can act out their suppressed emotion is via sex. Like they just want to have sex. They just want to have sex anyhow, anyway. These things have, like, it's the sequence is known as
that's the ripple effect.
Exactly. Thank you for the word. The ripple effect you get from this is not something you
it's
can.
Unending.
It's unending. It can be anything. It can even be violence. It can be processed through violence. All this.
Okay, Princess, you're itching.
Okay, yes. I wanted to ask, should there be a limit to this effective communication? Like, say, a parent we've had the talk. Some people have the talk with their children and all of that.
The talk in quotes.
Yes, it has to be in quote, because, and then they feel, okay, we've done it. We've done our best. Should they keep doing it?
And to add to what she has said, concerning limitations, are there limitations of what you should share with your children? You understand? Okay. There are some things you say, no, this is too much for this age.
Okay.
You understand? And I don't want to share it so that she will not know too much or you will not know too much. Should there be a limit to information? To add to what she has said.
Thank you very much. In fact, I've been itching to answer this question, this particular question, because I know it's going to come up. See, this particular question is arguable, and this is because I understand that some people will be like, no, you shouldn't let out everything. You shouldn't tell children. Children should be children. But you would agree with me that in this generation, children are no longer the children. Like they are no longer what they used to be, right? And that's because there is too much information available. if they're not using their iPad and getting unsolicited messages from all these bloggers and all of that. And when it comes in, you can't control what comes in. Their peer in school, you don't know what is being said to them. They meet their mates, they talk about things. You don't know the kind of things their mates tell them. So I really feel like it is important that you be the first to give them any information that they should have. And that way, you are able to control what they internalize. You, on the other hand, you're also able to choose how you let out the information. So I don't think should be a limit. But what I think is it should be censored. It should be controlled. As a mother, you have being a mother is responsibility. You have the responsibility of choosing the right approach to communicating this information to them, because whether you do it or not, guess what, they will know it. When I was growing up, I used to have this friend. She knows everything.
The Noah. Noah.
I'm not playing. She knows everything. This girl, she knows everything. So everything that my mother was thinking I didn't know, I actually knew them. Even before she eventually did,
So when your mom was telling you, how were you acting? Tell me.
Let me tell you something. My first degree was in theater and media art, but what people do not know is that I've been an actress long before. So I was just like,
hey, wow.
Really? Surprise. Breaking news. Breaking news. But there was this particular girl, she knew everything. She knew, she had a name for sex. Like, we had a code that time.
And she shared everything.
And she was giving us breaking news steady.
Okay, there is another one. Wrong information and wrong orientation. I remember our generation, actually, when you talk about our generation, we're talking about children in the 80s. We had a whole lot of wrong orientation. I could refer to friends who their moms told them that if they touch you in a certain way, you will get pregnant.
Yeah.
And then when those
I heard that too.
Yes, there was. You won't tell me that you didn't hear that. Even if you were not told that, somebody probably told you that if you were touched in a certain way, you get pregnant. So when such girls find out that if you were touched in a certain way, you will not get pregnant, before you know what is happening, you will now start giving it for free. In fact, I know of girls. I knew of a girl who got almost destroyed because of that. She was giving herself to almost everybody since she knew that touching you alone will not get you pregnant. Yes, and she seeks solace in another person who gave her a different orientation and was cashing out on. In fact, used that for local sex trafficking.
Yeah.
Yes. So what are we trying to say in essence? There was something I shared one certain time on my start. The girl is just 24. She's into full-time international pornography.
Okay.
She's a Nigerian Ghana girl. So in my mind, I was like, what orientation would they have given this girl to start going into professional pornography? She's not hiding her face. She's showing it. And I was just thinking about it.
Is she an orphan?
I don't even know. Sincerely, I was.
Have to be an orphan.
She doesn't have to be an orphan. Yes, there was even one that. So a lot of journalists. I even had to inbox her because I wanted to talk to her. I'm not to talk to her to stop, but I just wanted, because she has gone international.
Yeah, you want to understand where she's coming from.
Yes, she's even collaborating with other international porn actresses at 24. And she started this acting way back 4 years ago.
That's 20.
So when she was 20. So I'm just thinking, without covering her face, and she doesn't even do one-on-one. She does multiple at the same. So I was not wondering that what orientation. I really want to know, so that we're able to, tell parents, because something happened on social media, you shout, single parents, hey, single parents. It may not be as a result of single parenting.
Definitely not.
There are some children who are raised in toxic homes with their parents both together, wearing matching shirts. Does not mean that they are raised, that's because they are raised by both parents, they will be good. You understand?
And
so,
Atinuke, sorry, let me add to this. The thing is that let's not narrow it down to just sex. Because these things,
it's not even about, I'm not even narrowing it down to that. Do you understand? But it's just an example out of a whole lot. We're talking about scam, internet scam. We're talking about attitudinal behavior. We're talking about someone suppressing.
Yes.
So do mothers need to get extra education, not even formal education now,
Yes.
seek extra knowledge or education, so that, let's talk about misinforming children actually.
Yes, I feel like our local places of worship have a part to play in this. Instead of organizing women program and all they do is to gossip and make noise, they should have experts come to reorient mothers. Sometimes these mothers, we need to actually, give them some grace, because some of them are even orphans, so they don't really have first-hand knowledge of how parenting should be.
Sure.
So they're just doing it the way it comes to their head. So sometimes they themselves don't even know better. They don't know better. That's why they are not doing better. So you must give them that grace. But I feel like there's a lot of learning for parents to do. And in parenting, being a mother is not just for you to get pregnant and birth a child. There is so much responsibility.
And take the child to private school. Yes, now that's what we used to believe. Now
That is what they spoil.
That's what we believe now. No, that's what we believe. Take your child to private school. Give the child
that where
give the
most
child
things happen.
Rice crispy. Then you are a mother.
Yeah.
You are doing well. Extra lesson. Me, I pay for extra lesson for my child. Then you are doing well. That's how we think we're doing. Please, you would want to reel out the numbers just in case.
Yes, send in your messages or bring in your phone calls on 081 78000 947. That is 081 78000 947.
Okay, so as we were saying.
So you see, in situations like this, there's a lot of learning for everybody, both mothers, and we are saying mothers not because it is only mothers, because sometimes these children even grow up with people that are not biologically their mother. But you have a responsibility. As long as you have a child under your care, you are responsible for that child. Be open-minded. It is no longer like before. I understand that when we grew up, they not born you well to talk or ask why. You cannot say why when they tell you do something.
I have to cut you short.
Okay.
Hello, good morning. Your name and where you calling from, please?
Morning.
Good morning.
My name is Atinuke Nukay.
Hey,
why you want to do strong voice?
I don't know. Why you doing that for us?
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Patrick.
Yeah. I don't join right now. We're hearing communication. What are we talking about, please?
Oh, okay. Maybe just listen for another 1 or 2 minutes. You get into it. And we're talking about the importance and effectiveness of communication between a child and the mother, and how it tells on the future outplay, attitudinal outplay of that child.
Yeah, that's what I want to get. Our resource person, she's speaking brilliantly. But now, I want to come to
Thank you.
For a child to have effective communication, I think the family must, the father and the mother must do a good communication pattern. When there is a home where the only communication the child hears from the father is calling the mother names, or the only communication the child gets from the mother is calling the father names, I think that one will affect the child so much. I heard that you're talking of a lady who is into porn. These are the basic things. If you go in, if that girl open up to you, the communication at home, what her parents and her mother and her dad, or even her people around her, told her, they have pushed her into it. So I think the communication will start from the good communication between husband and wife before we take it to the children.
Thank you very much.
Thank
I
you.
have some messages.
Yes, we'll take that message when we're rounding up the show, so that we'll take it all together. There's another example that I remember. There are even two actually, but I'll just talk about one. I read it and that thing didn't go off my mind. We knew about the viral killing of that that university girl that took cover when rain was falling.
Yes.
We remember.
Twitter. I saw it on Twitter.
Exactly. Do you know? Okay, there's a call.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hello, good morning. Your name and where you calling from, please?
Yeah, good morning. I know that from Abuja.
Okay. Please Go on with your contribution.
So this time around, it will make it beating for because of the fuel price is very high and the transport is very high. If part of my escape in the morning, they just say, guys, they want to go to the work, they want to go to the school, you know.
Mr. Austin, Mr. Austin, you're on Women Voices. I think you want to speak with Mr. Victor, right? You're on Women Voices. What we are saying has nothing to do with fuel price.
No, I'm not speaking for them because of this condition.
Okay,
All
thank
right,
you so
thank you
much.
very much for your contribution.
Okay, so back to the story of that boy. That boy should be about 21 or 22. He kidnapped this girl, raped her multiple times, killed her, and was demanding for ransom. And the way I heard it, he has both parents, killed her, buried her at the backyard. And I'm just thinking that, what kind of orientation? Look at the other one that they paid the girl 15,000 to act as girlfriend. Killed her in the hotel, and it was the father that was covering him up. I think you remember. I don't know if you read about that.
I did.
Yes. So, and when you hear the age these children do, at that time you wouldn't even. What would I even say you would do, Seth, that you would be jittery? Okay, I think our little petty crimes at that time was probably stealing meat from the pot, or when they say don't go to your friend's house.
And you went.
I'm not talking about distant friend or your neighbor's house that don't go there until you wash plates or wash or sweep the house, and you don't do that. You know the guilt that would take over you. So I'm not talking about children. We're talking 21, 22 who have that kind of wicked mind. So where could have the parents gone wrong?
So what sometimes people do not understand is that for every attitude you put up as a parent, the child is watching, and the child is obviously learning from you. Some parents do not know that their daily activities, even the small lie they tell in front of a child, the child is speaking from it. From the, oh, I'm coming, I'm see me, you see me now, I'm just beside you. The child is in the car listening to your lies. And they are picking from it. They are understanding that it is okay for them to lie. Another thing is that you will see that parents, that's husband and wife, because sometimes they accuse single mothers of being the ones that destroy the life of children, which is a lie. Some families, some marriages are even more toxic than having just a single parent. You will see father and mother having serious arguments in the front of the child. Sometimes it gets even violent. So the child is seeing what the father is doing, and it is the mind is getting conditioned to think that if you must do something, if you must express yourself, you have to use violence. So the child grows up, and you hear people. I know someone who said that when our boyfriend slaps her or beats her, it makes her feel loved.
Probably,
And that's because she saw her mother getting beaten on a steady.
Yeah, please you said you have a call.
I don't think we'll have time.
Okay, so would you probably reel out the messages?
Okay, so good morning, ladies in the studio. Mothers have a lot to do these days. I advise that any woman who is not ready to raise a morally sound child shouldn't be married. Marriage is beyond sexual satisfaction and maintaining a status before others. The orientation children have these days, especially the girl child, is very poor. See the Gen Zs, they believe that exposing their bodies make them more attractive, and it's the only way to advertise themselves to men. Sadly, that only itemizes them, and often men go after them to have a taste of their succulent juices only. Some even believe that a man should give them everything. I think that's the case of your friend, Cider Budge. Some even ask for millions before they are able to date him. Aha, that explains better. Yes, he may give you money, but trust me, you only become an item or a commodity for him. Mothers should be on their toes. There's a lot to being a mother. Austin from New Cairo.
Okay.
And the last message I have here says...
Greedy mothers. Greedy mothers, the
Is
ones that
this-
push their children into this thing.
Yes.
The people that even go to some country or the other.
So it says, my dear Atinuke, let the women in Nigeria champion the abolition of naked female gender plastic statues all over the streets.
Yes, that's
in
fake.
boutiques,
That's
mannequins, fashion stores, and
Ah.
in Nigeria. It's pornographic and the degradation of the female folk. Professor Onuoha from Abuja.
Oh,
Okay.
they're male mannequins.
Let me manage to keep this up, please.
This we've sadly come to the end of the show, and yes.
Please be very quick with your contribution. Your name and where you calling from, please.
My name is Engineer. Good luck.
30 seconds.
Calling you from my summer this morning.
Okay, please be very quick with your contribution.
Good morning, Madam Atinuke. I really want to
A very good morning to you.
issues of husband and wife sleeping in the home while children are there.
That's a big
That
one.
goes also the issue of people also in the team. Very, very important and necessary.
Thank you very much for your contribution.
I think good luck from my Tama.
Okay.
Yes. So we just sadly we've come to the end of the show. I'm going to beg you, Debbie, that we just treated the causes of all these things. We're going to dwell on the do's and don'ts. Please, we're begging that you come again and talk about all these ones, because now we just scratched the surface. Okay, because yes, we've come to the end of the show. I'll just take this from Wale Uguntukun before wrapping up. Well done for bringing up this topic. A number of factors are contributing to the ineffective communication between parents, especially mothers. This ranges from indiscipline in the society. That's quite a lot. Sorry, we've come to the end. We may not be able to take another one. Okay, so our
I like the angle this person came out from, so it's the reason I'm insisting on reading the message. It says, "Hello ladies, enjoying your show as always. Communication remains key in every facet of life, and in this case, parents/children. Parents should fashion out channels of talking with their children when the need arises. On the other hand, children should be taught to the importance of talking to their parents on every subject matter first. Lastly, I think he didn't finish his message.
Yes, okay.
The children should learn to. Oh no, he didn't drop his.
Okay,
that's
so
unfortunate.
we just go through the credits and then we'll wrap up the show.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us today. Adam, Patrick from New Carew, Austin from New Carew, Engineer Good Luck. I think you're from Maitama. Professor Noha from Abuja. Okay. And thank you, Michael Solomon, our tech media assistant, Ima Olariwaju, Wale Oguntoku, Abano
Abanonana.
Nana,
Not everybody's
Namsek.
name.
Sorry,
Nansak Sule. Okay, so
Thank you.
that'll
Thank
be
you
it.
so
Thank you
much.
so much for joining us. We would have even given you a word to wrap up, but we are gladly,
Terribly out of
sadly,
time.
yes, terribly
It's
out of
fine.
time.
It's
Okay, thank
fine.
you so much, Debbie.
Thank you.
Debbie Eme, for
Yes.
coming on the show. Debbie Eme is a developmental specialist. Developmental communication specialist. Don't mind me, I'm always a ANIPR.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Please come again on the show. And of course, Zara Abdulkabir. Yes. You
got it right.
I got
Oh,
it right. Yes, I mean
congratulations.
Atinuke Nukay.
I'm Princess Daniel. I'm sorry if I butchered your name.
Yes,
I'm
no,
really
don't
Please
sorry.
come after her. Come after her.
Okay. And thanks also for the technical assistant,
Austin Esedo.
DJ Austin Esedo. Thank you so much. Do have a pleasant day ahead. Bye.
Bye.